Hello, SpeedGaming. We have a Metroid Prime Randomizer tournament match today. JhavA versus Torvisbog. This is going to be a good one. JhavA has... okay, this is the Week 5 settings today. So all doors will be blue, and we will have a major-minor split. So all the items that are normally major in the original vanilla game will be major items, and all the minors will be minor items. So minors include the power bomb expansions, missile expansions, and energy tanks, and then the majors are everything else. So I'm gonna get up the race time room real fast. All right, the runners are about to kick off, and so we have a vanilla starting location today in just the landing site. And so they're immediately going to do SJF to get the first major item, which will be the space jump boots, but in this it's going to be randomized, of course, because it's a randomizer. And let's see what we got. So this will be the first major item, and also for our runners agreements, we've started with charge beam, so that's going to come in very, very handy. So the runners just makes fighting and bosses a lot easier. And of course, the first major item is grapple beam. It's useless, but it is very funny for the memers. Torvis is struggling a bit with SJF, just got it there. And then we're immediately going to head over to Artifact Temple as well, because we can check our hints, and there's also a major item there. And since we have the open world setting, all doors are blue, and there's no missile door blocking us from just immediately going to Artifact Temple. And it's worth noting the artifact locations will be majors as well, since they are majors. And that means there's a fairly decent chance that they're in a slightly annoying place to get to. In the vanilla game, they made the major locations harder to get to, just to have the game progression be better. And that does mean that there's a much more of a chance of having bosses required or annoying locations like plasma processing being artifacts that we have to get. And there's a first nothing item as well, and there are going to be 7 of those, which literally do nothing. And we haven't gotten a single useful major at this point, but we'll be scanning our hints and probably checking them immediately. So let's see what we got. Fender on a canyon, that's easy. Control tower is also easy. Sun chamber, that's flogger required. Lava lake, chapel of the elders, and storage depot A. So all of those are pretty easy, except we have flogger required, and then storage depot A requires power bombs and wave beam. Now the beams can be skipped if you know exo skip, but I don't think either of the runners do know exo skip, so they will need all the beams to beat the game. And so that wave doesn't really add any requirements, but other than the power bombs, which will be required. But if with exo skip, this would probably be a pretty quick seed. But we're gonna have to hunt for our 3 extra beams. We're gonna need wave beam to get that 3rd artifact, and then we'll need ice and wave to kill Metroid Prime's first phase. Alright, and so we're headed to Chozo Ruins now. We'll see the early Hive Mecha loop here. There's only one major in that, and one minor that we'll be able to get, which may be our first missiles, which are always good to have. Starting with Charge Beam, we don't need very many missiles, but if you don't have Charge Beam, which this preset does not usually have a starting Charge Beam, you will need to get a lot of missiles if you don't find Charge Beam, because trying to fight bosses without charge is nigh on impossible without a lot of missiles. And we're headed to Ruined Shrine first from JhavA, which there is... It's basically you're gonna need either Space Jump or Morph Ball to be here in order to get the item. There is an escape that you can do, but it is very annoying. I can't tell what item that is on Restream quality. I think it's Varia Suit. Oh no, it's Gravity Suit. That's Gravity Suit, which could lead to Lower Gravity Chamber or the much more likely Tower Chamber. Once we see Space Jump, Tower Chambers put in logic, and I bet that's what that Gravity Suit is for, so I would come back and pick that up after you get Space Jump. And Torvis did not go to Ruined Shrine and head to the Hive Mecha loop, so we're going to be seeing what's in Hive Mecha shortly, which I imagine will be Morph Ball. Because Morph Ball will let us get through to the other side of Chozo Ruins. That is Space Jump. So it does look like we're going to have Morph Ball in Tower Chamber. With Space Jump boots, that's going to end Gravity Suit. We'll put that in logic. And Torvis is trying to do a Hive Mecha skip here, where you can do a scan dash off of that little statue and use that to skip the fight trigger for Hive Mecha, but appears to be struggling and is just going to fight Hive Mecha. Hive Mecha is a pretty quick fight, so it doesn't lose too much time, but you can save time by doing the Hive Mecha skip, and we'll see here if JhavA does this. Yep, JhavA's gonna do it. Just full scanned it. You can still dash off of objects that are full scanned. It's just harder. Oh, that was really close. But turned out of the dash. If you sort of look to the left or right during your dash, you will lose speed. So yeah, you don't want to turn like that if you watch this back, JhavA. Nice, and he got it. So he skips Hive Mecha and is going to pick up the Miner here, which is an energy tank. That's going to double our amount of health, and that's going to make moving through early Chozo essentially free here, because we can afford to take the extra bit of damage with that energy tank from like War Wasps and Scarabs. Has anybody in the tournament died to Scarabs yet? I wanna know if somebody's died to Scarabs at this point. They can be very, very deadly. I think each Scarab does something like two. They might only do 2 energy per Scarab, 2 or 3 energy, but there's like 50 of them per little cluster, and if you just walk through them, they can easily annihilate all your health. But when you have Morph Ball, it's pretty much free. JhavA is not gonna be taking the damage. He's gonna shoot all the Scarabs to make sure he doesn't die, which is always good. Playing it safe can definitely help you out. If your opponent does not play it safe and you do, it's gonna be a big help. And it's gonna pick up these missiles here as well, which I definitely would do. It's free first missiles, so definitely worth picking these up. And there we go, we got it. Now that is not logical access to missiles. There's not very many logical uses of missiles with the major minor split, but having missiles will be useful against enemies in general. And it looks like JhavA is also going for the missile in the half pipe and on top of grapple ledge. We'll get him up to 15 missiles. That way he can peek the item in Tower of Light when he gets in there. You don't have to climb up all the way, which the climb can be tough when you don't have missiles. And if you just missile on the first layer of Tower of Light, you'll be able to see what item is up top. So that'll let him know whether he wants to come back or not. Oh, failed the dash. He can just hop over this little barrier here to get the item. He doesn't have to fight the beetles. And now both runners are climbing up to get to Tower of Light, and Torvis is just fractionally ahead at this point. Just one room ahead of JhavA here, but I bet JhavA will be making his way over pretty soon. Yep, and JhavA's made it up. Now we're going to be immediately checking Tower Chamber. This is logical, so we'll probably be... Oh no, it's Various Suit. That means we're going to have Morph Ball and Warrior Shrine. I think that's the only thing that can be there. It would have to be Morph Ball. And I bet the runners will head that way after this, but JhavA is going to missile these, and we'll get to see the cutscene that'll show us what item is up top of Tower of Light, while Torvis is gonna climb up to the top without being able to check. That is super missiles at the top of Tower of Light. Those are useful for sure. And here you can see Torvis doing the climb here. Ooh, yeah. Torvis is also turning. You don't want to turn in the dashes because you have more momentum when you're not turned and you're just heading sideways, because there is no sideways speed cap. Forgot to put that in. All right, and so I imagine both the runners will want to take the elevator back to Town Overworld, and from there into Magmoor Caverns to pick up the Morph Ball and Warrior Shrine, because I don't think that could be anything else. Well, it could be like Launcher in Warrior Shrine, which leads to something in Lava Lake, or Morph Ball in Lava Lake, but I really think that's all it could be here. It's very likely that this is our Morph Ball. Yeah, at this point, there's not. They're both. Oh, JhavA is stopping for a second. The stream freeze? No, he's just stopped. Making a decision, I guess. Is turning back around to Chozo. I guess is gonna go check Lava Lake. That's all we can do in Chozo right now. We have to go through Chozo to get to Lava Lake. Maybe, I don't know. Seems to be contemplating the next move. I guess is not going to Lava Lake, is gonna go to Warrior Shrine. Now that would suck. That would hurt if there is something actually useful in Lava Lake. Oh wait, no, Lava Lake was an artifact, wasn't it? Lava Lake was an artifact. So yeah, there's no reason to go to Lava Lake right now. We can just pick that up later. And again, Torvis took a save at the ship, which will just be a good safety save, as well as replenishing missiles and energy. And where did Torvis get that energy tank? Oh, underneath the bridge here in transport access, transport tunnel B. I don't know. There's a lot of tunnels in this game, and they name them very similarly. 2 energy tanks should be more than enough for us to be comfortable running through Magmor here. It can be very dangerous early game, especially if you have like a Magmor start and even weekly, it can be very dangerous, and there's a decent chance to die. But here we have 2 energy tanks, which should be more than enough for us to survive. And now there's a missile expansion in upper or lower Fiery Shores. I always get the 2 confused. It's lower Fiery Shores, but it is, it's pretty up, so it can be confusing. Yeah, just marginally ahead. They're pretty synced up here, and it looks like JhavA is also going for the missile expansion here. Yep, but both of the runners are fairly synced up here, moving at approximately the same pace through these rooms. So Torvis is just fractionally ahead here. Except, Torvis is doing the cool climb for this room. How will JhavA climb the room? So you can do a really quick standable to get up onto this ledge with space jump, which is gonna basically let you immediately climb up to Warrior Shrine here. And yes, that is Morph Ball indeed right there. In Warrior Shrine, and I didn't actually see what was in Shore Tunnel, but I don't know. The presets for this week is Major Minor Split, and we have Open World. So all the doors are vulnerable to any weapon. So they're all blue doors. All will be able to be easily opened without having requirements for any beams. And so now we're just gonna have to head back to Chozo at this point, because there's nothing else we can do in Magmor or Talon. And in Chozo we can do Watery Hall, which will probably be our bombs. Or we could have vanilla bombs. And yes, we have 2 RAs. We have starting with Charge Beam and also Spring Ball. So this preset does not have starting Charge Beam like most of the other presets. And so that can be rough if you don't find Charge Beam. So our runners have agreed to start with Charge Beam and then also turn on Spring Ball, which will just make traversing through rooms much easier. Alright, yeah, at this point, this Seed's early game has basically just been a bunch of backtracking, so there's not much to talk about. We're just having to backtrack all the way through throughout Chozo and into Talon and Magmor a bunch. But we should start to see some route diversions once bombs are picked up. Because there's a fair amount that we could do with bombs. And bombs should be coming pretty soon. But I think the first big decision of the seed is going to be, do you immediately go for Flogra? Because going for Flogra immediately, although you could get the artifact now, if it's on Ghosts, you have to do early Wild. And, well, actually, we do know where Super Missiles are. And, okay, if you don't fail, if you go for Flogra and the artifact is not on Flogra, that means it's going to be on Ghosts, right? And we need either Spider Ball or a complex bomb jump to do early wild, and we don't currently have Spider Ball. So it's a risk. If you know the complex bomb jump, you can save time by doing early wild now, and just picking up the artifact now. But if you don't do that now, then we have to come back later with Spider Ball and Super Missiles. Now, Super Missiles can usually be quite difficult to track down, but in this seed, we already know they're in the Tower of Progression, and we can just immediately get them. So I would say you go for Flogger now, but the runners may do something different. The game will probably give us Spider Ball. It's required for a lot of checks in Phazon Mines, so I bet we'll see Spider Ball pretty soon here. Or maybe not soon, but we'll see it at some point before Phazon Mines. Main PBs. Does that actually do... Oh, Shore Tunnel. Maybe we had bombs in Shore Tunnel there. I mean, I wasn't able to see what was in Shore Tunnel, so they might just be heading back to Shore Tunnel again, back and forth just between all the areas immediately. But actually, with those main PBs, we can now go to Magmore through Lava Lake. What items were where so far? So we had Grapple and a Nothing in early Talon, completely useless. Then we had Grav and Space Jump in our early Chozo, and that led to Tower Chamber having our Varia Suit, and Morph Ball in Warrior Shrine, main Power Bombs in Watery Hall. And so now we should... Yes, we do know artifact locations. He's reading artifacts right now. Torvis is. And so I believe we have one in Lava Lake. I might be wrong, but I think we have a Lava Lake artifact. So, yeah, Torvis is taking a save and then is going to either do Zoid here. That save might mean we're going to Zoid. Or we could be going back to Magmore Caverns through Lava Lake. We'll see what he does. Yep, it looks like Torvis is going for Zoid. Zoid has has a major, so even if it's not bombs, we'll know what's on Zoid, and we'll know whether we want to come back for that item later or not. And it does look like both of the runners are making the same decision going to Zoid right now. Maybe it wasn't bombs in a Shore Tunnel. If it wasn't bombs in Shore Tunnel, then yeah, it could totally just be this. It has to be this if bombs aren't in Shore Tunnel. And so far, we've seen JhavA pick up a lot more of the minor items than Torvis has. So sacrificing a little bit of time for more energy or more missiles will slow you down when you're getting the actual things. But energy can save you if you get low on energy. And then it can also make it easier to traverse through rooms because you don't have to worry as much about taking damage. And then also, the missiles will just make killing enemies faster. As you can see, JhavA is currently up 1 energy tank and I believe 10 missiles at this point to Torvis. And they're about the same point here. JhavA's a little bit behind, so you can see the time lost from picking those up. But I think you definitely want to pick up like maybe about 50 to 60 missiles is usually usually an okay amount, because you want to have at least 27 for Ridley. That makes the second phase a lot faster, and if you don't have Charge Beam, you probably want to have a lot for X-Ray Visor on Zoid. So it does look like we had bombs in Shore Tunnel then. Yeah, bombs were in Shore Tunnel. I don't think either of them actually looked to peek it, but you can sort of just see it while you're walking by, so I imagine that's what they did. But knowing that X-ray visor is there will be good if we ever need to do Omega Pirate. We don't have an artifact there, but it could still be required because either Wave Beam or Ice Beam could be there along with Phazon Suit, or maybe even Spider Ball or Boost Ball could be there too. So a lot of things could be there that may be required. So knowing where X-ray is will help us if that is the reality of this seed. And so now both the runners are going to head back to Magmore, I imagine through the Lava Lake elevator here. Since we have those power bombs, we can just pass through Lava Lake, and we don't actually have to go back to Talon Overworld to get to Magmore Caverns anymore. And that's going to make it a lot faster, as well as we'll be able to pick up the artifact in Lava Lake. JhavA's picking up the energy tank up top there again. Smart move when you're about to head into Magmore Caverns. Like I've said earlier, it can be very, very dangerous in Magmore. I think that was a missile vault. At this point, with already having power bombs, I think we're not going to be checking as many miners. We're not going to go out of the way to get really any of them because we don't need power bombs. If power bombs are needed and we don't have the mains, we might go out of our way to check miner locations at the hope of finding a power bomb expansion. But we do not need a power bomb expansion with our main PBs, so I imagine we'll be skipping a lot more miners than we might if we still needed power bombs. And power bombs are required to beat this seed. We know from Storage Depot A, we'll need power bombs to beat the seed. We'll need power bombs to win. We'll also need all the beams in that Phazon Suit. Yes, Lava Lake is our first artifact. And I think most of the other ones were in Tendrana, if I recall correctly. I don't think there were any requirements for Boost Ball, though. We don't have anything in Life Growth or Plasma Processing that would require Boost. So, yeah. Boost not required this seed, but finding it will make movement along with Ridley a lot faster. So Torvis is going to pick up this missile expansion in whatever this room is called. Honestly, that's the hardest part about this game, is just knowing all the room names. Especially all the 3-letter abbreviations for them. I still don't know what the actual room name for PPC is. I only know it's called PPC. Alright, Torvis is about to pick up the shore tunnel. Phazon Processing Center. Alright, I did not know that. Oh, that's Plasma Beam? Huh? Wait. What does Plasma do? What does that do? Oh. Oh no. We have bombs in control tower again. I'm pretty sure we do. Because with that gravity suit, we can make it to the quarantine cave elevator, and then you can climb up without needing spider ball logically. You can climb up the room to go back to Farfen, and then we can use that plasma beam to get control tower. Yeah, Morph was in Warrior Shrine, so they already know that's there, and they don't need to check Warrior Shrine. I mean, bombs could technically be anywhere in Farfendrana at this point, but that plasma beam does make, the plasma makes it very sus, for control tower. Unless that was an artifact. It might have been an artifact. Oh, JhavA's headed back to Talon Overworld. I don't think there's anything we can do there, though. So I don't know why you'd go to Talon at this point, but maybe there's something I'm forgetting. I mean, we still need launcher to be able to do logically control tower. Well, yes, we could do we could do anti-chamber. Well, we can't because we don't have bombs. There's that little like jump up that you have to do that you can wall boost up, but making it there bombless, boostless is gonna be impossible. I think JhavA thinks that Elder Chamber is the way to go. Bombs in Ice Temple. Yep, that could be possible, actually, yes. If we go around the back, we could go through Thardis. Well, we would have to go backwards through labs, and then we could have bombs in Chozo Ice Temple. I think this is a bad seed either way, no matter where bombs are at. Having bombs in Farfendrana at all is just terrible. Like, you never want to have that. So, this is a bad seed, no matter where bombs are at this point. And there's still so much left. We don't have Phazon Suit, we don't have Wave Beam, we don't have Ice Beam. Those could be anywhere. So JhavA's gonna do FCS climb, but then I hope realizes that you need bombs to get through there. And you need bombs to do Elder Chamber as well, because it's a bomb slot. So maybe just doesn't realize. Torvis has done what I said, heading through Farfen, and I bet we'll do Farfendrana first here. So we're gonna go backwards through our Farfendrana loop, and we can get both the gravity chamber item as well as the item in storage cave. Yeah, I think JhavA is gonna make it to Chozo and then realize that you need bombs. That's gonna hurt for JhavA. That'll put him a few minutes behind. That is just an unfortunate thing to forget. And now we'll be checking gravity chamber and actually getting the upper grav chamber item as well. It's an energy tank. We'll always take more of those, so that's a good item to have, and we can pick it up easily using the vanilla strats with plasma beam and grapple beam. And I cannot tell what is in lower gravity chamber. Bombs! Oh, bombs! Wow. What a spot for bombs. That's That's funny. Okay, so now there's a lot we can do. That does actually allow us to get the item in Elder Chamber. That allows us to get the item in Chozo Ice Temple, and then depending on where Launcher is, we could also have something in Control Tower, unless that's an artifact. Yeah, I think Fendrana would be what you do here, and I think that's what Torvis is gonna do, just because you're already there. Yeah, you're already there, you might as well. And Fendrana does have... Fendrana is the area with the most majors in the game, so I would definitely say go for Fendrana at this point. And I think JhavA knows what to do now, so we should see him retracing Torvis's footsteps here for the next few minutes. Gravity bombs. Those are the real water bombs right there. Those are bombs that are really in the water. Those are water bombs. Alright, what is in Storage Cave? This is a easy check to do, so let's see. Spider Ball. Ooh. Ooh, we have so much available with that Spider Ball now. Especially with that, oh gosh. With that X-ray visor, we could now have next progression on Omega Pirate. The next progression could be on Omega Pirate. Like, that Spider Ball basically puts all of mines into logic here. Yeah, it's also a logical way out of Thardus too. But there's so much we can do at this point that it might be a long time before we see our next progression. I think that's going to be good for JhavA because there's a chance that Torvis does something different from JhavA, and then JhavA could basically snipe the progression and come back. Yeah, we do not have thermal though. I'm worried that Omega Pirate is gonna be the next progression at this point. Ooh, because that X-ray visor makes it so suspicious. Like, literally the next progression could be anywhere, I think, pretty much except for Life Grove or Plasma Processing. The next progression could be anywhere in the game. Ice? Okay, wait. Yeah, head through Quarantine Cave here, or maybe mine, or not mines. Labs would also make sense to do 3 major checks in labs, so I would not be surprised to see him go through there too. But yeah, I think the only places that the next progression could not be, it can't be. Is that thermal? No, I think that's launcher. That was a missile in Research Core, so that's logical missiles, which does put Control Tower into logic here. But yeah, the next progression, the only places it can't be are Life Grove, Plasma Processing, and Phazon Mining Tunnel. But other than that, the next progression could be literally anywhere. So this is pretty bad. Well, I suppose it also couldn't be an antechamber as well. because we don't have a logical way to get there either. Yeah, there's so many places the next progression could be, though. I think Torvis is going to pick up that energy. Yep. That's an E right there. That's good. We're probably going to... I like to have 6, if possible. It makes final bosses completely free. You won't have any risk of dying to them, even even if you only have phase on suit. And at this point, by the time we're doing final bosses, we will have all 3 suits, which will give us 50% damage reduction as well. So, I mean, even with 4 energy tanks, I think at this point you should be able to do final bosses relatively quickly. JhavA has made it to Fendrana's Edge. Didn't go through Gravity Chamber, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer before finding bombs, but it's going to find Spider Ball here. Torvis is, meanwhile, doing the strategy to get Control Tower fast. Did that hit? Yes, it did. Now, this was unlocked with that launcher and plasma beam, so this could also be something. This would also make sense. Oh, it's an artifact. Yeah, there's an artifact here. And I don't think Observatory was an artifact, though. I know that Chapel, the Elders, and Canyon were both artifacts, so I think we'll see Torvis head through there as well, just to pick up those 2 artifacts, and then also Jozo Ice Temple, and then leave through Magmore. And then you just have to head to Mines, and then probably do Upper Mines first, because neither runner were able to keep the were able to keep the X-ray visor, so they aren't able to kill Omega Pirate, but they are able to go through Upper Mines for free without needing any bomb or any without needing the X-ray visor. Hold on, I'm just gonna check what was in. Observatory because I didn't see that. I'm gonna rewind. Meanwhile, JhavA grabs the Morph Ball bombs. That is a really bad place to have Morph Ball bombs. Okay, it looks like Wave Buster was in Observatory. Yeah, it was Wave Buster. Normally you cannot scan that thing from the back, but we have a setting turned on that allows us to do that, so that way we can head backwards through labs and make things like early Fen bombless logically possible, which is always fun. Well, I suppose it would be possible anyways, even if we didn't have that. We could go through Thardus. I still want to see an odd weekly. I still want to see Space Jump on Thardus. I mean, bombs on Thardus is bad, but I think Space Jump on Thardus would be so much worse. And Plasma Beam is going to make quick work of those pirates, and we can immediately head through. Having Plasma Beam early is just going to make going through all enemies super easy, because Plasma Beam does twice the damage of Power Beam, and it also sets them on fire, can just immediately kill them. Yes, it is actually possible to get to Thardus without Space Jump. There is a NSJ climb that we can do through Ice Ruins West with bombs, and then we could climb up. We can climb up. What is this room? Ruined Courtyard with Spider Ball. Do some bomb jumps and a scan dash to get across. Then with Super Missiles, Wave Beam, and Thermal Visor, we can access Thardus from the front. All NSJ, and we can get Thardus on Space Jump on Thardus. It is possible. I think it would be crazy to have that, though. I really, really want to see that at some point. I don't know if it's ever happened before, though. In my previous week match, my week 4 match, I was actually against Torvis. We had Space Jump on Ruined Courtyard. So, just 3 rooms away from Thardus, actually. So, that one doesn't require as many things, but it's still pretty bad to have to do that NSJ climb for... to have to do the NSJ climb. Yeah, the logic setting. You'd have to... In the odd weekly setting, so just beginner logic, that is possible. So it is potential to happen in like a weekly or even a tournament match, which we could see. Not in week 6, but maybe in the bracket stage we could have a Space Jump on Thardus if either of the runners choose to have odd weekly or like door lock rando or week 4. Or I guess that could even be possible in these settings. It could be possible in these settings. Yeah. So I think that's possible for any of these presets except for week 6 where we start with Space Jump. I think it would be possible. So let's see it. Let's see Space Jump on Thardus in the bracket stage. No, not just in the bracket stage. Let's see that in the finals. Let's see Space Jump on Thardus in the finals. I want to see that. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and pick up JhavA's Temple. And we'll get the artifacted Chapel of the Elders. I don't think that JhavA's Temple was an artifact, but I know Chapel was. Chapel will be super fast with Plasma and PBs. And then we'll see what's here. If it's not here, the next progression will probably be in Phazon Mines. Ice Spreader. Okay, that's going to make EXO easier. But other than that, it does nothing. And we could still have progression on Flagra, OP, or Thardus. Well, if we find Thermal. Next progression could be on any of the bosses. We'll see where it's at, but at this point, it wasn't in JhavA's Temple. I bet it's gonna be in Mines. I bet it'll be in Mines. I really want to see it be on Omega Pirate, just because of how funny that would be. I just want to see it on Omega Pirate. I want to see, like, maybe Wave on Omega Pirate? I don't know. Maybe Boost on, let's see, Boost on Omega Pirate. Both Wave and Ice in Life Grove, and then Plasma Processing has Phazon Suit. That would be the best for this seed. Yeah, I saw that race, KRR. I saw the TGC versus, I think it was Elias, the Vanilla Phazon Suit. It's not too uncommon, but it still definitely sucks. Well, in these settings. because the major pool is only 33 items as opposed to the usual 100. And also having fun things like plasma beam on phase-on mining tunnel is a lot more likely. Well, I mean, it's even possible. It's made possible by the logic, the open world. All right, Torvis has full cleared Fenderana aside from Thardis at this point, and we're gonna be leaving and probably going to phase-on mines at this point. I think that's what I'll do. Let's see. I don't think we can't do antechamber at this point, but other than that, it could be anywhere. We need either wave beam or boost ball to be able to do antechamber logically. But other than that, yes, I think that's correct. So there's a lot of places. Oh well, you know, you're just talking about what we have left. Yeah. All of those, that should be all of what we have left. But next progression could be in a ton of places. We'll see if they both go to mines. It looks like Torvis is headed in that direction of the phase-on processing center, which I just learned from that elevator. The PPC elevator. That's where we're going. And then we'll see if JhavA goes that way. If he doesn't, like if JhavA just follows behind in the footsteps of Torvis, like I think Torvis is like 4 or 5 minutes ahead here. So yeah. If JhavA just makes all the same decisions as Torvis, Torvis will win. But we'll see. Well, actually, no. Torvis is heading back to Talon here. Might be heading to Chozo. We'll see. There's a lot. There's 3 checks we can do in Chozo. Plus, we can get the Sun Chamber artifact in Chozo as well. Yeah, I guess it is not a mines dive. Or maybe Torvis also wants to get the X-ray visor before going into mines, would also make sense. Yeah, something like that. JhavA needs to make a decision that Torvis does not to come back here. That's what we'll have to see. Like, just movement alone will not be enough to come back from this for JhavA. The settings for this week, we have major, minor, split, and open world. So all of the doors are turned to blue doors. So we can open all the doors without needing any beam requirements or missiles. And then we also have major minor split turned on. So the majors will always be in vanilla major locations, and the minors will always be in vanilla minor locations. Aside from that, it's just a generic. I mean, you can't really call this generic, but those are the main things. Yeah, Ice Beam is literally just a key to final bosses, and that's it. It does nothing. Ice Beam locks nothing this week. Is Torvis going in? Is he going into Frigate? No. What? Or is this a Frigate crash site climb? If it's a Frigate crash site climb, that would definitely make sense here too. We can climb Frigate crash site. We can get yeah, we can get the antechamber out of logic. We can go get Elder Chamber. We can get the X-ray visor on Zoid, and then we can also do Sun Chamber all right now. Yeah, I can't do Frigate without wave. Yes, Plasma Beam, I think, locks 3 checks. It locks Omega Pirate, or no, it locks 4. Omega Pirate, Elder Chamber, Omega Pirate, Elder Chamber, Chozo Ice Temple, and I know the room, I can't remember the name, Control Tower. Omega Pirate, Elder Chamber, Control Tower, Chozo Ice Temple. And then Wave locks Storage Depot A, and then Frigate. Frigate's only logically required to get to mines. Nothing. That's the second one we've seen. So we should encounter a lot more Notroids, because there's going to be 7 of them. We've only seen 2 at this point, so that means there's 5 somewhere. Yeah, Exoskip can be huge. Like, I don't think either of these runners know Exoskip. Yeah, you can, like, I've had a seed where I had Phase Onto, I had all my artifacts, and I was just missing Ice Beam and Plasma Beam, and then Ice Beam was on Omega Pirate, and Plasma Beam was on Phase on Mining Tunnel, and I was like, okay, I gotta learn Exoskip. I mean, yeah, it can be huge. Like, it can save you sometimes half an hour just from skipping all your beams, plus Charge Beam. This preset, again, it doesn't usually start with Charge Beam, so trying to do Exoskip without, or not Exoskip, trying to do Exo without Charge Beam is really hard. It's really, really hard. Okay, so now I think we'll see whether JhavA makes the same decision as Torvis here. This might be a save warp, or it could just be a save. If he heads into mines, that'll be good for him. That's a save warp. Okay. So he will probably be going to Chozo, and might even go through Frigate Crash Site the same way that Torvis did. And now, what is in Elder Chamber? It is another nothing. Nothing X2. Oh no, it looks like JhavA is going through the front. This might just be a faster way. This is either just a faster way to get through Magmore, or yeah, he's going to Chozo. So here we can pick up both Sun Chamber checks immediately from the front. And then I think it would make sense if both the runners want to do the Zoid to get the X-ray visor again before they head into mines. That would make a lot of sense. I still think Nothing Grove is very funny. Just going in to Life Grove and having both checks back to back be nothing. It's that is what you know when you know the seed is mean. JhavA is going and picking up the super missiles here, which we have enough missiles to be able to easily get up Tower of Light. So we can go ahead and pick up the super missiles at the top of Tower of Light. And although that's not necessary, we can easily do early wild with just Spider Ball. If we somehow fall down, that can help us, as well as it'll be a lot more convenient for Exo to have super missiles. That's going to make it a lot easier. And yes, Torvis is going and picking up this X-ray visor, which I think you want to do in this scenario, because that's going to allow you to go through lower mines here. Because if we go to Central Dynamo and it's not there, we soft lock, because we can't get back up. because we don't have boost. We can't get back up through Vent Shaft, and then we can't go through Omega Pirate to get to the end. So, if nothing is there, and we do Central Dynamo without X-Ray Visor, we soft lock. So, I think picking up this X-Ray is a wise choice. I don't think we're going to see a phase-on suit hint from either of these runners, though, because we're probably going to find phase-on suit. Like, we still need to find wave and ice, and they're probably in mines. And here we're just full clearing. So I bet we're going to find phase-on suit before we would need to do the phase-on suit hint. No, that was super missiles at the top of Tower of Light. Yeah, the suit could be vanilla. It could be vanilla. I mean, even then, I still think we will see the lower mines play here, even without the face-on suit hint. Because it's like, I think one of the beams will be either on Flagra or Thardus. I think one of the beams will be there. But the chances of both being wave on planes again, yep, we could have that. And actually, I did have that in my my first race against Arrow Razor. We had to wave beam on Flagra. Oh no, JhavA wants to do backwards Flagra. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, and Ghosts are in logic here. So I think we'll have a beam on either Flagra or Ghosts, and then the other one in upper mines is my prediction. Or we could have one in lower mines. But I think the chances of them both being in upper mines and then not needing to do lower mines is probably pretty low. So we'll see. But I think there is at least some sort of progression in lower mines, whether it's phase-on suit or one of the beams. I bet we'll have something there in lower mines that we need to get X-ray visor for. It would make sense. Or we could have boosts in lower mines, progression in life growth. That would also be fun. Yeah, I get doing Flagra backwards here. That'll for sure save us some time. So that is definitely why we're gonna do the super missiles, and we'll see if JhavA does the little strat with the power bombs where you can hit them both at once. If he does that, he will probably finish Flagra faster, but he's definitely gonna be able to do Ghost faster than Torvis. Well, okay, maybe not. Torvis has X-ray visor, but no supers. JhavA has supers, but no X-ray. So we'll see who ends up finishing Flagra and Ghost faster. But either way, Torvis is going to still be ahead because Torvis has gone through Farchozo and JhavA hasn't. So that's what JhavA's going to do afterwards anyways. Yeah, so doing the bomb on the first one. We got ourselves a Plantera fight. These animations are so funny for me. I don't know why. It's just so funny. The Plantera animations. Yeah, it doesn't look like JhavA's doing the power bomb strats, but he can't get trolled by Flagra, as well as he'll be able to skip the cutscene and save a bit of time like that. I think the power bomb there, is that gonna hit? No, I think that was close though. And just like that, JhavA is now, I think, ahead on Flogger, just by like a second. So even though Torvis did get to Flogger first, JhavA is gonna finish faster just because he did it from the back. And also, he doesn't have to watch this last hit cutscene. Well, no, he does, but this will be instant. Just need to hit that. You need to get onto the side. You need to get from the side. You can't hit that from behind. Well, I guess JhavA isn't finishing Flogger faster. You need to hit it from the side. You gotta get like right up on the side to be able to hit that with the bomb. Yeah, there you go. Alright, now just activate the cutscene on the other side of the room. And then we can preserve the skippability of the first cut. So skip the first cut, okay. So the artifact was on Flogger here. And then I think they will both do ghosts. I mean, Torvis definitely does ghosts here because Torvis doesn't actually know where supers are at. He doesn't have them. He doesn't know where they're at. So I think he definitely wants to do ghosts right now. And I bet JhavA will too. I mean, yeah, you're here. You're doing ghosts for sure. Right, so this X-ray visor is gonna help him out, but JhavA does have supers, so Torvis is gonna have to do 4 charge shots to each of these ghosts, whereas JhavA can just do a super missile. But he does have X-ray visor, and that's gonna save a lot of time having X-ray. But also supers will save a lot of time. But I think JhavA does have enough of a little bit of a lead that he will finish ghosts first. You always get this where you're just looking around for the last ghost. It's on the other side of the room, or it's above you, and you don't really know, so you just kind of look around, hoping to find the last ghost. That always happens, I feel like. Ooh, barely missed. Alright, so what is on ghosts? We have Phazon suit. There's Phazon suit. Unfortunately, no vanilla Omega Pirate today. But don't worry, we could still have Wave or Ice Beam on Omega Pirate. So there's still quite a good chance of a required Omega Pirate here. Alright, so now we're just looking for Wave and Ice Beam. And then we are go mode. We don't need nothing else. But I still feel like there's gotta be something in Lower Mines here. I mean, it would be really funny to have a required boost ball, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. We could have progression on like Phazon Mining Tunnel, and then X-Ray is just a logical way out without needing boost. Could be the yeah, if you know Exoskip right now, you only need Wave. If you know Exoskip right now, you just I think they have 5 artifacts actually. I'm not sure. You just pick. You need to find a Wave Beam to get Storage Depot A, but then you just are done. If you know Exoskip, because you don't need to get Ice or anything. JhavA's got to do the bomb jump to get over. Oh, no, he's not. Usually you couldn't get through that with the infinite boost. You could destroy Essence. What is he? Yep, Essence does like to do that a lot. We are all remembering the Cosmo versus Diggle race here. Wave can't be on Storage Depot A because oh yeah, actually Wave can be on Storage Depot A. That's true, I never even thought about that. Wave could be on Storage Depot A, but we have an artifact there on this seed, so not this seed, but yeah. Wave isn't... So Wave, at this point, has to be in Mines, right? Because we've seen everything in Chozo. We've seen everything in Magmor, everything in Phendrana. It could be on Thardis. It's either on Thardis or in Mines. Yeah, it's either got to be Thardis or in Mines at this point. Wave is. So I think... I mean, both JhavA and Torvis... Torvis is probably either going to pick up the supers. JhavA's back here again, I guess, doing the bomb jump. Okay. I was nervous that JhavA soft locked there. Oh, early newborn flashbacks. I mean, I've never tried to do early newborn, I just know what it's like. Or playing the Wii version with the one bomb and air rule. Come on. Yeah, it looks like Torvis is also picking up these super missiles. There's the bomb jump. And now we're over to the gate. And JhavA is going to head to the other side of Chozo now. Pick up X-Ray Visor and then get Elder Chamber as well. Or this might just be a save warp right here. If this is a save warp, that puts him ahead. That's a save warp, yep. So, unless... Or no, he might be going through far... Yeah, he's going through Far Chozo from the back. That'll make it a lot faster. That would make sense. If he just went to Mines now, that would put him ahead, though. But I don't think that's what he's going to do. No. So now I suspect Torvis is going to go into Mines. I mean, might get Thardis out of the way before he heads in, potentially. Because the elevator is right there, and then you never have to come back to Phendrana ever again. Because it's honestly not a bad chance that you have a beam on Thardis. Like, there's 6 majors in Mines, 1 major in Phendrana. It's a 2 in 7 that you have a beam on Thardis here. So it's not a bad chance. It wouldn't be a bad play to do Thardis. Well, no, 2 in 6. You have a 1/3 chance because Storage Depot A is an artifact. So it's a 1 in 3 that we have a beam on Thardis. Or progression on Thardis at least. Maybe boost. Yeah, boost is not what we want to see, I think. I mean, okay, boost would put Life Grove and Plasma Processing into logic, which kind of just means you have to choose to either end your Mines dive where it is or keep going. And if you make the wrong decision, it really kind of ends the race. Unless both racers make the same decision. So I think we probably want to see boost locking itself here in like Life Grove or in Life Grove or Plasma Processing. Yeah, so... We'll see whether Torvis goes for Thardus here. Is he gonna go for Thardus, or is he just gonna go straight to Mines? It's looking like he's going for Thardus. That's not a bad decision. Yeah, like I said, 1 in 3 that you have a beam or progression on Thardus here, I think Thardus would make sense. Or maybe this is just a save too. Could also do that. A save before going into Mines is always a smart decision, because Mines is the dangerous area. Okay, hopefully that wasn't an accidental activation of the elevator. If it was, that's a mean troll that the game can do. There's some bars above your head that when you're going through, you can try and jump over the hologram, bonk, and then go down. But it does look like he's going for Thardus. Yeah, we have 1 in 3 to have progression on Thardus. Thardus definitely makes sense to do here. Alright, so I think JhavA might pick up the X-ray visor here. We'll see. Is probably thinking right now. Yeah, going to Crossway? Crossway is not a major. Okay. Yeah, I think JhavA is going to go pick up the X-ray visor and then probably head into Mines. If Thardus is nothing and JhavA goes straight into Mines, this could be a way for him to come back. Ooh, that's unfortunate with the Power Bomb. I still don't really know how to do the Power Bomb strats. I've only just kind of laid a Power Bomb without really knowing what it does. But you can immediately break the first rock and the second with the Power Bomb, as well as you can immediately do the final rock with the Power Bomb. But we have Plasma Beam, so missing that PB is fine. Plasma Beam does extra damage to Thardus, as well as just generally doing a lot of damage anyways. I think Thardus's rocks each have 300 health. We can immediately get rid of half of that with a bomb. And then a charged plasma does 125 against Thardus. A charged plasma. Did I say charged power bomb? I don't know. A charged plasma does 125 to Thardus. So we just need to hit one of those and then like 2 uncharged shots, and that'll immediately kill the rock. So you bomb him while he's rolling. Charged plasma, 2 uncharged shots will kill him. We'll kill the rock fairly fast. So we can just do that with Thardus. And JhavA is fighting Zoid to get the X-ray visor. The thing that might be bad for the Thardus play, though, is whether we have thermal or not. Like, thermal could be boost locked in, like, plasma processing. And if boost is locking itself as well as thermal, then Thardus would never be possible. Or this is boost. Or maybe boost locks thermal for progression on Thardus. That would be really bad. Boost on OP, thermal on plasma processing, wave beam here. That would mean... Oh yeah, thermal does have to be available, that's right. I forgot about that. I do not usually play with this. I usually play with invisible objects turned on, so... yeah, but yeah, thermal does have to be available, so... So yeah, we could have like boost on OP, thermal plasma processing. No, not all items have to be available, but both visors do. Some items can be skipped, like Spider Ball and Boost Ball are not or maybe even Power Bombs, or like Gravity Suit could all be logically skipped. So we don't logically need all items, but we usually you will see all items being available. But with no boost at this point, boost might be locking itself. I mean, it could be locking itself, but it's not a great chance that it is. Anyway, we'll be seeing what's on Thardus soon, so yeah. Boost on OP, Thermal Plasma Processing, Ice Beam right here, and you got yourself a logical all bosses seed. Maybe an all bosses seed. That would be cool. Alright, Thardus has been killed. What's on Thardus? And JhavA is gonna go to Magmore now, so if this is nothing and JhavA goes to Mines, they'll be pretty much tied. But we'll see what's here. Ooh, there's the bonk. And what do we got? Wave Beam! Wave Beam! Okay, that is one of the 2 beams we need. We're still gonna need Ice Beam, because I don't think either of these runners know Exo Skip. But if we did know Exo Skip, this would be go mode here. But we do need Ice. And Ice can be literally anywhere. Yeah, Exo Skip is online here. If we knew Exo Skip, we just go pick up Storage Depot A and then we're done. We could do that. But I don't think either of these runners know Exo Skip. They might surprise me, but I don't think they do. I think JhavA has 5 artifacts. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he does. Yeah, this is definitely the week to practice Exo Skip. I learned Exo Skip for week 3 originally, and it almost came in super clutch for me, almost. But it is definitely useful for this week too. So I can do Exo Skip, not fast, but I can do it. And I have my race tomorrow, so we'll see if I can use that. Yeah, JhavA's heading straight into Mines. Unfortunately, he won't get the Wave Beam, and that would also lock off without boost. We can't get to Elite Research without Wave Beam. Yes, Exo Skip is Ice Beam Skip. Could also be Wave Beam or Plasma Skip. No, both were required this season. Well, actually, I don't think Plasma's been required for anything at this point. It might be for Omega Pirate. We could have Ice on Omega Pirate. But we're only looking for Ice Beam for Torvis at this point. We're just looking for Ice here. JhavA will have to go back and do Thardus at some point, though, because that's where Wave is at. That Wave being on Thardus it's pretty bad, but the odds of having progression on Thardus, like I said, it was a 1 in 3, so it's not a bad chance. And whenever you have a chance like that, I think you should do Thardus. I mean, my rule for Thardus this week is if you have Thermal and you can do Thardus, you do Thardus. Like, just even if you have a ton of stuff left to do, if you have Thermal and you can do it, you should do it. Yeah, I think they designed this preset just to get revenge on Ice Beam being such a crucial item in Odd Weekly. that they made this just so that Ice Beam does nothing. Okay, well, let's see if JhavA goes for upper or lower mines first. Torvis is going straight for lower here, which I don't know. I would have gone for upper in Torvis's situation, because if Ice Beam is in upper mines, you're just immediately done. You grab the artifact in Storage Depot A, and yeah, lower, it is true, yeah, lower can. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Storage Depot A is in upper mines, so I would do upper, because, I mean, unless that's ice. Is that ice? No, that's boost. That's boost. Oh. Now he has to make the decision of whether you turn around or not. Ooh. Ooh. Boost is good, but that also puts Life Grove and Plasma Processing into logic. So now the decision making really becomes important, because Ice can be in a lot more places now. It could be, I think, okay, Ice can be any of the remaining checks at this point. It could be Storage Depot B, Elite Research, Phazon Mining Tunnel, Elite Quarters, Plasma Processing, or Life Grove. It could be anywhere in those checks. And we have no idea where it's at this point. So it's a tough decision of do you go for lower mines, and I think Torvis will. He doesn't have a power bomb, but you can pick up a guaranteed drop from those crates right there. That's a guaranteed drop. Plus, we're also going to need one to get through Phazon Mining Tunnel. So there's a second. You're going to want to pick that up. Yeah, so that should be two power bombs. That's all we're going to need to get through lower mines. Yeah, Ice can always literally be anywhere, but what I'm saying is all the checks that have not been done are in logic at this point. All the checks that we haven't done are in logic, and there's thermal in Storage Depot B as well. So JhavA can't do anything else in upper mines at this point without wave or boost ball. So I think he has to just save warp if he's going this way. Unless he doesn't know that you need wave for Storage Depot A, and he soft locks. If he soft locks here, oh no. Oh, JhavA, I think he's gonna soft lock. I don't think he knows that Storage Depot A requires wave beam. Yeah, he's going that way. That's not good. Ooh, no. Oh, please turn around, JhavA. Energy. If he goes through that door, right? If he goes through that door, he soft locks. Yeah, that's a soft lock. Okay, where was his last save at? I know JhavA saves a lot. I think his last save was at ship. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. I mean, he has to reset. Wave isn't here because we have an artifact in Storage Depot A. So this is just a soft lock. This isn't. Yeah, you can't kill those guys. Yeah, I think he's realized now. Yep, that's a reset. Alright, well, we need to see JhavA do Thardus or Lower Mines. At this point, Ice could be an Elite Research still, but we know it's not Storage Depot B. And Torvis is headed through Lower Mines right now, so we'll see if it's there. If it's not there, Torvis goes Upper Mines, or reverse Upper Mines. And then Life Grove. If I mean, JhavA needs Ice to be in Plasma Processing, because everything else that Torvis can do will route fast. I don't think JhavA realized that was a soft log before going in there. Okay, now let's see what's in Phazon Mining Tunnel. Are we gonna have Ice Beam in Phazon Mining Tunnel again? That would be funny. You don't need to go up top, you can just bomb through it at the end. Alright, what is here? That's Ice Beam. There it is. Well, I guess Phazon Suit was actual progression this seed. It was real progression. It wasn't just the key to final bosses. Bro, it's like they reversed the roles of Ice and Phazon Suit in this. Ice was the key to final bosses. Phazon Suit was progression. And it's usually the other way around. That's such a bad spot for Ice. I mean, I've seen Varia Suit there before. That's terrible, but honestly, I think Ice is worse. Well, yeah, Torvis does still have to go through Upper Mines, though, in order to get to the Storage Depot A artifact. Yeah, I mean, I don't... At that point, it's go mode. I don't think there's really any way for JhavA to come back here, unfortunately. I think that's kind of GG, but we'll see. We'll see what could happen. I mean, he has to go to Thardus here. We'll see if he goes to Thardus here. Does he go to Thardus? Yes? I think so. I mean, he's going that way, but he might just be saving. If he picks up that wave, then he'll probably go back to Upper Mines. Is he gonna do Thardus here? Let's see, he's checking artifacts? No, yeah, he's going to Thardus. Yeah. Yep, headed to Thardus. He can get Wave Beam now. At least, that'll be good. And then he can go through Upper Mines at least, but... I don't know, it'll be a long time before he finds Ice Beam, probably. Unless he busts out an Exo Skip here. I mean, Exo Skip might be enough to save JhavA if he knows it. If JhavA knows it, it might be enough to save him. I think they'll be getting to Storage Depot A around about the same time. I mean, Torvis might be a bit ahead, though. But Torvis is going to have boost for Ridley if JhavA knows Exo Skip. So I think even that wouldn't be enough to save him. Yeah, and yeah, Essence would also be slow too without visors. Wait, is Torvis save warping? Or is he's just saving? Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of energy. A save here is wise. What's going on here? Yep. Yeah, we have quite the seed, as well as Ice Beam on Phazon Mining Tunnel, too. Oh yeah, and bombs in Gravity Chamber. I mean, this is a this is a very mean seed. It's throwing bombs in Gravity Chamber and ice in Phazon Mining Tunnel and Wave on Thardus. I mean, this is a mean seed. And yeah, you also needed Phazon. You needed Phazon for ice, and you had to do ghosts before lower mines to be able to do that. I mean, unless you went all the way back, but like, yeah, this is a bad seed. Wait, did TGC gen or who genned this? I want to let me look in the race time. Aaron, I think. I mean, Aaron was in the race time, so I think Aaron genned. I was gonna say if this is a TGC seed, we got a true TGC seed right here. Okay, so you did gen this, yep. I don't think that'll be a surprise to anybody. That makes sense. Alright, yeah, there's the wave beam for JhavA. That's gotta be upsetting after having soft locked there. Yeah. And Torvis is heading to Upper Mines, getting Storage Depot A, and then that's gonna be it. Yep. Unfortunately, Omega Pirate was not required. I know we would have all loved to see that, though. Is Torvis gonna do backwards Upper Mines? The only artifact left is Storage Depot A. He just has to get to Storage Depot A. So you want to head through backwards here. Yeah, going through backwards. Yeah, it is funnier to have Phazon being a needed item in the logic chain, though. Well, I wonder what was on Philip. I think it had to be either Flamethrower or a nothing at this point on Philip. Because that's the only stuff we haven't seen. We haven't seen Flamethrower and all the nothings. I really want Flamethrower to be on Omega Pirate now. I really want that. Yeah, so not fighting Philip. At this point, it makes sense. You don't want to fight him. It's just a waste of time. And now we'll head to Storage Depot A and get the last artifact here. And then it should be a save warp and then final bosses. So might be finishing around 153 to 155, I think. Depends on how fast the fighting is in the next few rooms. Do you kill all the wave pirates? Oh yeah. He just used to still kill them. Oh, I think. Unless he did kill them. Yep, that's all our artifacts now. Yeah, Torvis was right there. Just needed to get the storage depot away, so no reason to check. No reason to check there. And here is the wave requirement. Oh wait, JhavA? Why did JhavA climb up? What is JhavA doing here? Yeah, one visor essence is usually pretty fast. It's not too much of a trouble to do. I don't know why is JhavA going back to Magmore? I'm confused. Oh, JhavA lost the X-ray visor when they soft locked, and yeah, that makes sense. They have to go back to Zoid to get the X-ray visor, which unfortunately isn't even required anyways. Like, you could do all of Upper Mines at least without X-ray, and then you can make sure the next progression is on OP. Like, you can head all the way to MQB. So, I mean, I would do at least Upper Mines before you go back to get the X-ray. Yeah, that's true, but you can, yeah, you do logically need X-ray to get through MQA. But, I mean, you can tell that the progression is on Omega Pirate just by going to FQB. So, I mean, he's going back. So, I don't know. I guess we'll ask him about that in the interview. Huh. Oh yeah, farming power bombs. Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense then. Okay, Ridley, we're about to see, and Ridley is quite fast with Boost Ball, so we can just go in and immediately kill him, basically. Flyby skip? I don't know how flyby skip even works, so let's see. No, he's flybying. So as soon as Ridley lands, we can just boost into him, and that's gonna deplete, well, it's gonna do, like, most of his health. And then we're into second phase, which is quite quickly killed with missiles or charged plasma. In this case, you only have 65 missiles. I would use charged plasma, because if you're planning to do the quick climb through Phase Encore, then you won't be able to go to the missile station. But it looks like he's using missiles and charge beam. Ooh, and a first round dash. This is going to be another dash, probably. No. Surprising. Well, let's see it. See if we get good luck. I mean, only 2 phases of dashing at this point, but that's kind of bad. Like 2 overall is alright, Ridley. So we'll see if he gets any more dashing phases. If he does, it's a bad Ridley. Yeah, that's another phase of dashing. This is looking like an unlucky Ridley here. And he'll be dead after the next phase. Yep, here we go. He's dead. Okay, JhavA is gonna save this time before heading into storage depot A. He doesn't want any more unknown soft locks. Yeah, that's not good. That soft lock definitely hurt him a lot. I mean, at least he got the wave coming back again, but just from being behind already at that point, from not going to Farfan immediately, sort of put him behind, even more behind after that soft lock, and not getting the wave beam. Yeah, that soft lock did do huge mental damage, because that's... having a soft lock that's that bad in a tournament match would definitely take a toll mentally, because you don't want a soft lock at all, I mean, in a tournament match, but he hadn't saved since Chozo, so that is a bad soft lock. Did Torvis do the quick climb? I think he did. It looked like he did. Anyway, Exo should take about 5, and then Essence takes 3. So 8 minutes total. Probably finishing around 155 here. Okay, I looked in the race time room, and JhavA's reaction to soft locking was, oops, lol. Alright, there's all 6 artifacts for JhavA. Still need ice if we're gonna do Exo. Yeah, that is a pretty chill reaction for just having soft locks. I mean, in a tournament match. I was freaking out in my first one because I had to go back to lower dynamo. I mean, I don't know, I haven't soft locked or done anything that really cost a ton of time in a tournament match, but like that is a very chill reaction for sure for soft locking. Philip. Come on, Philip, please. I think this is just gonna be a Metroid, though. This is either a Metroid or flamethrower, but it's probably a Metroid. I want flamethrower on Omega Pirate, so it's got to be a Metroid for that to happen. Yeah, Torvis is almost out of missiles already, so I think you do charge plasma. So thankfully, the doors do not lock the second time that we go through mine security station. There are ice pirates that exist, but I don't think we have to kill them. I'm not looking for ice. I'm the commentator. Yeah, JhavA is looking for ice. Is JhavA gonna save warp here? If he save warps, he's doing exoskip. Is he pulling out exoskip here? No. Yeah, he's gonna need to go to lower mines. At this point, that's the only place he can go to. I hope that he continues on after the boost ball. I mean, he's probably gonna forfeit anyways when the tournament match ends, or when Torvis finishes, but if he doesn't, he's got to continue on after finding boost ball, and hopefully doesn't go back for X-ray, but that boost could lead you in the wrong direction. It might make him want to go to Life Grove and plasma processing before actually doing phase-on mining tunnel, and that could cost even more time. Alright, subchamber 4. Oh, and it's already getting trolled by by all the beam swapping. I mean, JhavA's heading into middle mines. Well, yeah, of course, 'cause that's the only thing he can do. We just gotta... Hopefully he'll continue past Central Dynamo and not safe warp. I think that's 2 more phases for Exo. And then he'll be dead. Ooh, an ice phase. Oh, he has enough missiles to use Ice Spreader. Not anymore. Super right here. Ooh, that almost missed. Oh, on missiles. Yeah, so... This part sucks. Yeah, you can rotate around that part. Just, you gotta be careful. Ooh. Okay, is he gonna... I imagine JhavA picks up the boost ball here, because you want that for Ridley, but nothing else, really. It's just whether he save warps or not, and there is Exo complete for Torvis as well. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for ice. I have no idea where ice is at. Not skipping the Essence cutscene. It's a cool cutscene, though. So we only have one visor. We have X-ray for this, but one visor Essence with all 3 suits shouldn't be too much trouble. We can usually get through with 4 pools where we can see Essence, and if we are able to damage Essence on a thermal phase where we usually can't see him, then we can probably kill him in 3, because you have to do pool cancels in order to be able to kill him in 3 without doing without shooting him on a non-combat visor. Yeah, yeah, good thing I've practiced Exo. So I won't be looking for eyes tomorrow, actually. Oh, he's hit Essence. I mean, yeah, that's damage right there. He should be able to kill Essence by the next X-ray phase pretty easily now. And it does look like JhavA is continuing on past Central Dynamo, so it wouldn't be too much longer until JhavA finishes. He would just pick this up and then probably save warp out of either MQB or Central Dynamo. Forgot to scan the barrier. I always forget to scan the barrier there. Or deactivate the barrier. I always forget to do that. Yep, no X-ray visor. That makes moving through this room a bit of a pain if you can't dash across, which I can't. You kind of just have to bite the bullet and kill the Metroids, because they're usually going to be really annoying. Because there's like 5 of them in this room. They just do that. And then they make you fall off just like that. Oh, he got pool skipped. Wait, did he get pool skipped twice? Did he just get pool skipped twice? I think he did. So maybe he'll finish by the next X-ray phase then? I guess. Oh, double pool skip. Yeah, usually if you just stand away from the exoskeleton body, you won't get pool skipped, but you can get unlucky sometimes. Oof. And the fall again. Did not get pool skipped there, but unfortunately this is a thermal phase, so it's going to be a bit harder to spot him. Oh no, he got him. Is he doing some attack cancels? I don't know if he's hitting anymore. Yeah, you can use the scan visor to, like, sort of figure out where Essence is when you don't have thermal visor, or when you don't have the visor that he's on. But usually you deal less damage because when you're locked on, so hyper mode, the phase on beam, it shoots like a shotgun. It shoots like five different projectiles that all do 100 damage. And so when you're locked on, all 5 of those projectiles hit. But when you're not locked on, there's a decent chance that not all of them will hit. So you usually do less damage when you're not locked on, and in turn, less damage when you don't have a visor that is currently the visor that he's on. So, yeah. Oh, is he out of power bombs, too? Yeah. Hopefully he gets a drop in MQA. But if he doesn't, he's gonna have to... Oh, he could farm in this room, too, as well. Those little worm things don't have it. They have a decent chance of dropping PBs. But this should be the last phase for Torvis here. He's about to finish. Just gotta get that Metroid off of him. Oh, and there we go. GG. And JhavA has forfeited. So we should get both of them in here for an interview pretty soon. JhavA will be joining us shortly. Hello, JhavA.
Hey. Is he here yet? No, he's not.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hold on one sec. I need to... hold on. Sorry, I'm sorry about this.
No worries.
Alright. So, GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, so you actually were about to find Ice Beam. It was in phase on mining tunnel right there.
Yeah, I didn't think I was that far behind, but like knowing how bad my routing was throughout the whole game, it makes sense.
The main thing that put you behind was just that soft lock when you went for Storage Depot A, the soft lock there really put you behind. But then also when you went to try to do Antechamber earlier, that also put you a few minutes behind. And hello, Torvisbog.
Hello.
GG's.
Yeah, but yeah, the Antechamber play, I think I was reading too much of tournament discussion, because there was a thread about like how that's in like wave beam is logical there, but I forgot that I needed bombs to get through there. So
yes,
unfortunate. That took probably like 10 minutes just to get back from, and then yeah, I haven't played on these settings before, so I didn't know you could soft lock there if you didn't have wave beam.
Yes, so you guys took about basically the same route. Like, y'all were doing Flagra at pretty much the same time. JhavA, what happened was, obviously those bombs were in a terrible spot. But before you all got bombs, you took basically the same route. But when the game wanted you to go to Farfandrana to get bombs, JhavA went back to Talon and climbed Frigate Crash Site to try and do Antechamber, but then you need bombs to get through the first room in Chozo Ruins, and just forgot about that, so that put him about 5 minutes behind. Then he was basically able to come back just with movement up until Flagra. And so then another thing was you guys were at Workstation around the same time Torvis immediately went for Thardus and got Wave Beam, whereas JhavA immediately went into Mines. And so Torvis had the Wave Beam before going into Mines, and JhavA went into Mines and didn't know that you had to have Wave Beam to get through Mine Security Station into Storage Depot A, and soft locked there, and that put him quite far behind.
So you did Thardus out of logic, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he did not have thermal.
So thermal was on Storage Depot B.
Yes.
Yeah. So Oh, go ahead.
So my thought was I made that save just before going into Thardus, because if Thardus didn't have anything, I would just reset, hop into Mines. But I commentated a race earlier this week where someone soft locked in that room because they didn't have Wave Beam, so I knew I didn't even want to get close to it without Wave Beam. And so when Thardus had Wave Beam, I was freaking out because I was like, I got it. I don't have to worry about it. I just have to find Ice Beam, and then I'm done.
Yeah, we were doing the math around that time, and Thardus had like a 1 in 3 chance of having a beam there. So we were thinking, yeah, it's a good idea to do Thardus now and get it out of the way. And then if you don't do that, you want to go Storage Depot B and then into lower Mines, which is what you did basically.
It was pretty much down to, well, technically it could have been anywhere, because you don't necessarily have to go through the Storage Depot, the room in Storage Depot A to get to lower Mines.
Yes. Yeah, and
could have gone through Central Dynamo, and Wave could have been anywhere in there, right?
Yeah, Wave could have been anywhere in lower Mines, and it could have also been in Storage Depot B or potentially in Elite Research, or with the Boost Ball, it could have been in Life Grove or Plasma Processing. So there's a lot of places it could have been, and it just happened to be on Thardus. But the boost,
Life Grove was double nothing.
One of the items in Life Grove was Flamethrower. The other one was nothing.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'm guessing, so that means OP was also nothing.
Yeah, OP was nothing, and then Plasma Processing was nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I was a little worried if something was in Life Grove, because I found Boost Ball so late, and that was open for a long time. So that would have been a massive backtrack.
Yeah, and another thing we were talking about was that basically Omega Pirate was in logic as soon as you got bombs.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been terrible if you had something there like immediately. So that's one thing the Seed did nice. But I think overall, having bombs that late and having Wave on Thardus, Ice on PMT, Phazon in Ghosts is pretty bad. I mean, yeah, it's not a good seed for sure. And TGC gens this, so that's to be expected.
I feel like, honestly, like, with where Wave could have been, that wasn't the worst place for it, because we were already right next to Workstation to get to, what's it called? PPC. So, like, all things considered, that wasn't the worst spot for it, but yeah, bombs were ridiculous.
Yes. I think the probably the worst place for Wave Beam would have been Plasma Processing there.
Yeah.
Because at least you didn't need boosts. It would have been worse if you had to go into Mines, get boost, and then go back out to Plasma Processing to get Wave Beam. That would have been probably the worst case scenario.
Did we ever see what Plasma Processing was?
No, but we know it's nothing because of Full Tracker, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, because Wave Buster was the only other item, and it was in Observatory, right?
Yeah, Wave Buster was in Observatory, Flamethrower was in Life Grove.
Okay.
So it had to have been nothing in Plasma Processing.
Normally, I really like to get Wave Buster, but I'm not super confident with that slope jump in Observatory. So when I saw it there, I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting you this race.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, GG's. I felt like I was actually in that one. Glad one of us has a win now.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all were pretty close together there. I mean, JhavA was about to pick up Ice Beam, and then would have been just to save Warp and Final Bosses, and that would have been it.
Had you had already grabbed the other artifact in Depot?
Yes. He
Yeah,
was just...
I was in. Oh, where am I? Oh, I'm in Fungal Hall A. So
Oh, okay.
so yeah, I was a room away from ice, and then so yeah, I was about like probably 10-ish, maybe 15, probably 15. I suck at final bosses fine. And I also when I soft locked, I hadn't saved before I picked up X-ray, so I didn't have X-ray going into that, which is also why it took me like 10 minutes to cross MQA.
Yeah, crossing that without X-ray really sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, the Metroids were really bugging me during that.
Did you check Zoid early, or did you just skip him and come back once you got bombs?
I checked it early and reset. So I knew it. I knew they had X-ray, and then where did I? Yeah, and then I made the antechamber play because I'm thinking I saw plasma in short tunnel. I went to pick that up, and I'm thinking I have 2 checks there because I can get the elder chamber item, not knowing that that was the wrong door to go through, the one that needed bombs. I was thinking that that was the one from Upper Great Tree Hall, so I could have just walked through and got Antechamber, got Elder Chamber, which were both nothings, which was disappointing.
And also, Elder Chamber, the Plasma Beam is a bomb slot as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking like, yeah, if I don't know why I didn't really consider going to Farfen, because I was so fixated on, well, I don't have Spider to get through Twin Fires, and then I remembered we had Gravity, so that was in logic.
Yeah, that can catch you off guard for sure. Just with these settings, you're not used to having Farfen access so early. And that doesn't even need Gravity Suit as well. The Standable and Scan Dash is also in Logic. So you can cross that room with just Space Jump, and then there are no Wave Beam doors. So yeah, Bombless Farfendrana can be very... It can catch you off guard for sure. And yeah, that's what happened here.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. When I was going to Vendrana, I was like, this is like a 1 in a million chance this is going to work out, because um, I was thinking maybe there's something I need to do in like Magmores. There's something I was missing, but it just ended up happening. And I decided to go to Gravity Chamber first before heading into Pyro Labs. But that was just, I was thinking I'd rather go get these far items, and ended up getting lucky, and that was where Morphle Bomb was.
So you did labs after picking up bombs too?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I pretty much cleared out. I cleared out Fen other than Thardis. I literally picked up every item. Well,
Yeah, both
checked
y'all
every
did that.
I was so happy to see Missile Launcher and Research Core. That was so great.
That
And
because Logic.
yeah, when we saw that, we thought that bombs could have been on Control Tower, like the Cosmo versus Diggle race. We could have had that again.
Yeah, that I watched that one. That was awful.
So I don't. if you pick up missiles, then you were required to have wave bane to go through labs because of the power goes out and you have to hit the. So you would have had to go get missile launcher and then go fight Thardus. No, you had to get missile launcher and then go to Phaser Mines to get thermal visor, then come back, fight Thardus to get wave bane, and then go through and get control tower and observatory.
Yeah, that's true. And funnily enough, that's all in logic too, which is also crazy.
Yeah, like you technically could have. When did we get power bombs? Like, yeah, couldn't we
Power
have
bombs
gone
were in Watery Hall.
Yeah, couldn't we have gone to Thardus like as soon as, pretty much as soon as we picked up PBs, because we just go to Storage Depot B to get thermal. Because I don't think you need anything other than grapple, which was in Alco. Oh,
Well,
wait,
yeah,
you
you need
needed
bombs.
Spider. You needed Spider for that, right?
No, you don't need Spider for that. But Spider Ball was also in Storage Cave, so you could have just gone through Farfen, gotten bombs and Spider, gone and gotten thermal, and then immediately done Thardus to get wave, and then you could have gone through labs, darkened.
Oh, yeah, this was a fun one.
I actually really enjoyed this scene.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right. Well, anything you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
Thanks for last minute commenting this. That was really clutch. I'm glad we get to watch a VOD here. So thanks for that. Please.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Please
I
follow
was
Brett, 'cause he was great.
I was just looking for something to do. I saw there was a race. I can come.
Yeah, that was perfect. Follow Op as well. He did awesome on tracking, I'm sure. And follow the winner of this race as well.
Thanks. GG, JhavA.
Yeah, GG's. That was fun.